Well, there's always something new happening in crypto airdrop land. So let's talk about the major alpha from today. For starters, the Layer 0 token claim is now live. It's currently claimable on all of these chains listed here. However, there is a catch, and this was the major surprise of the day, which is that when you go and try to claim your ZRO tokens, it's going to ask you to donate 10 cents for every 1 ZRO that you're claiming. So if you're claiming, let's say 100 ZRO tokens, then you're going to have to donate $10. If you're getting 500 tokens, you'll have to donate $50. And these donations are going to the Protocol Guild, which supports Ethereum public goods. And Layer 0 is calling this the proof of donation. So this is a new airdrop mechanic that I have never seen before, and I personally think it's a bit ridiculous, and I think that probably 95+% of people would actually agree with that as well. The reality of this is that Layer 0 has made their decision, and if you want to claim your tokens, you are going to have to go through with this. There's not really any way around it, so of course I went ahead and claimed my tokens. And as the founder of Layer 0 said, this is not a forced donation. If you don't want to donate, you simply don't get to claim your tokens. So they're definitely not going to back down on this, and if you want to claim your tokens, you'll just have to go ahead and do it. But at this point, I've come to expect the unexpected when it comes to airdrops. There's always some sort of twist or turn these days, and nothing seems to go actually perfectly flawlessly. Anyways, let's talk about the price action. So there was actually a couple of hiccups when it came to claiming, and the main issue with this is that since you had to claim on the Arbitrum network, even if you claimed your tokens from one of the 5 or 6 other networks, the request to claim had to go through to the Arbitrum network, and then your tokens would basically be bridged via Layer 0 protocol from Arbitrum to the network that you tried to claim. So there was massive congestion earlier, major fees on the Arbitrum network, and major delays in claiming. So during that period, the price actually ran up to actually over $5 at one point. It's not quite showing in this chart here, but has since definitely dumped a bit. It seems to have bottomed out, at least for the time being, at $3.39 and bounced back a little bit. When it comes to actually buying or selling this token, it's currently tradable on a bunch of centralized exchanges, Binance as well. It's not showing up on the list down here, but you can also trade it on decentralized exchanges, and a good way that you can do that is by using a DEX aggregator like Odos, DeFi Llama, or Jumper. This is the contract address for the token, and in order to trade it, you might need to manually add it to your wallet or use this contract address here, paste it into the swap application, and make the trade. So when it comes to what I actually did with my tokens, I qualified for this on a couple of different wallets, definitely not a Sybil though. And one of the wallets that I qualified for it on is my Bridge airdrop experiment. I don't know if you remember that I made this video a couple of months back at this point, where I basically loaded up a wallet with over $100 worth of crypto. Looks like I started with about $140 at that point, and then I just bridged it around via a bunch of different tokenless bridges and protocols to try and max qualify for some stuff. So I did this video over a 7-day period, and then post releasing that video, I actually continued to transact once in a while just to sort of keep up appearances on that wallet. So that wallet did qualify. I got 33.30 tokens from my Bridge Experiment wallet, which I promptly sold at a very solid price, and I am now net positive overall on that experiment. So my wallet now has 0.05 ETH in it. In terms of dollar value, that's more than what I actually started with. In terms of actual ETH value, I think I might have had slightly more than that at the beginning. However, this is just one of multiple airdrops that I was trying to hit. So we'll see what else happens with this. I think that overall this experiment is going to end up being pretty net positive for me. Anyways, congratulations to anybody that hit on the Layer 0 airdrop. Regardless of all the drama that happened, I did still manage to get 4 figures out of this one across a couple of wallets. And yeah, the fact that we had to make a donation definitely eats into the profit margin or increases the cost basis of this, but hey, I will take whatever money I can get at this point. And so with that, this week has brought ZK Sync, Eigenlayer, Season 1 Phase 2, and also the Layer 0 claim. But there's also a lot more stuff happening. So for starters, let's talk about Linea. Today, we got the Linea Experience Points airdrop for Linea Park. So this is the transaction hash here where I got my LXP from the Linea Park, and you can check your Linea wallet to see if you actually got that. In case you've never done this before, you do need to probably add the contract for the LXP token to your wallet manually. And then speaking of Linea, there's actually a pretty useful piece of alpha for the new Linea Surge campaign that's currently ongoing, which is that they just added mitosis to the list of eligible protocols. So now if you deposit ETH or ETH into mitosis, you will be earning 4 airdrops at once. You'll be earning LSPL for Linea, you'll be earning the Mitosis airdrop, you'll also be earning EtherFi Season 2 and then Eigenlayer Season 2. So this is a very solid airdrop farm. I just added a little bit more today since they uncapped deposits. And so now in Epoch 4, I've got about 5K in Mitosis in this wallet, and then I've got a bunch in another wallet as well. And then the final thing for Linea is that there's a new LXPL points campaign on Intract. So not only can you farm this just by depositing assets into DeFi on Linea and increasing the TVL of the network, there's also actually a quest that you can complete if you want to earn some more. All right, let's move on now to Zeta Markets. So the eligibility checker for this token is currently live. The snapshot was taken on June 7th. The minimum points threshold to qualify for anything at all was 500 Z points. This airdrop is going to drop 8% of the total supply, and most of it, 7% of that, is based on Z score at the time of the snapshot. They did have multipliers for being an early adopter, an OG trader, a season 1 trader, and then they're using a 7-day bonus mechanic. So what Drift did was they had a 6-hour bonus mechanic, I believe it was, where you earned more tokens the longer you waited to claim. And Zeta Markets is doing something similar, except over a week-long period. So if you wait until the end of that, then you'll get the full allocation. And of course, you have to decide whether or not you think it's worth it to wait for the full allocation, or if you think the price is gonna dump by a lot, then maybe it's worth it to claim and sell immediately, obviously up to you. So hopefully everyone got a sizable allocation of the ZEX token and you're happy with what you got. The minimum 500 Z points was very easy to hit. You could do that in one trade on 10x leverage, even with just a couple of bucks. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. Now another airdrop that is actually claimable today is the bubble token from Imaginary Ones. However, unless you had thousands of points or even tens of thousands of points, it's basically not even worth claiming. With this wallet, which I basically didn't farm it at all, I got 455 tokens, and at the current price, that's worth basically $1. So a complete flop. And honestly, I feel like this is really just reinforcing the fact that once something works 1 or 2 times, it's very unlikely to be replicated over and over and over again. So all of these social airdrop farming campaigns that are going on right now, unless they're adding something new, unique, or different, it's very unlikely that they're going to replicate the success of some of the other ones that came before, like Gaimin, for example, which a lot of people actually printed on. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stop talking about these airdrop farms moving forward unless I think there's actually something unique about it that could set it apart. Okay, this is an important piece of alpha for people farming the EtherFi airdrop. So if you are farming season 2 of EtherFi, do this ASAP, definitely before June 26th. Basically what it is, you have an opportunity now to choose to claim your ETHFi airdrop for season 2 on the Arbitrum L2 network. If you do that, obviously you're gonna save a ton of money on gas fees, so I recommend doing it for sure. All you have to do is connect your wallet here, choose which network you want to receive your airdrop on, and then sign a message in your wallet. So I signed a message to receive my airdrop on Arbitrum, and all that money that I save on gas to claim, approve the token, and swap the token or send the token is just gonna go back into my profit margin. All right, let's talk about Milky Way and the Milk token, because the team released a big, long article today giving a couple of important updates, and I'll give you the TLDR of this. For starters, they've delayed the launch of the token because they're trying to launch their own chain, basically. And in terms of when it's delayed to, they say it's gonna happen sometime in H2 2024. So that could mean any point between the end of June until the end of 2024. So that is what it is. Not much we can do about that. But then there's also some details about multipliers and bonuses for early adopters to avoid dilution. So they've got these badges that will be given out to people that started staking with Milky Way based on different dates. So if you started in December, you'll get the first tranche badge, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to the 4th tranche. They're also expanding and adding new assets, liquid staked assets like Milk in it, and some other interesting stuff in here as well. Now, when it boils down to it, honestly, the market right now for TIA staking is not great. Obviously, if you look at the price chart of the TIA token, it has been pretty much down only for a while. And so maybe this actually isn't that much of a bad thing, because it's possible that later on this year, if we actually pivot into a proper bull cycle, it could be a better environment to launch the token. I don't know, maybe that's just Cove though. We'll see what happens with this. All right, next up, let's talk about Hyperlane, which is one of the few remaining high value bridge targets. And there's a few new things that you can do since I published my full tutorial on this airdrop that you should actually get into if you're still farming this. So for starters, on layer 3, there's a bunch of quests that you can do. These will mint you cubes for the layer 3 airdrop and also increase your interactions for Hyperlane, so these are solid things to do. Then Hyperlane actually launched a partnership with Renzo where you can actually bridge easy ETH between a couple of different EVM networks. So this is a new route that you can explore if you're looking to do new things on Hyperlane. And then finally, on Merkley's Hyperlane token bridge, they've added a new network, which is Say. So it's probably a good idea to explore this, especially since it's not a traditional EVM network, but a parallelized EVM. Okay, moving now to the Blast airdrop, which is 1 week away, less than 1 week away. If you've never actually logged into the Blast dashboard, and if you've been farming points or gold, make sure that you actually go and do that and sign in at least once. Otherwise, it looks like you will not be included in the airdrop calculations. Next up, a time-sensitive piece of alpha, because this is first come, first serve with only 100K spots. If you've used the RhinoFi bridge and you have a balance of ETH on Scroll, you can mint this Rhino Alpha key, which will give you discounts on future bridging, which is honestly pretty solid. So definitely check this out. And then the final thing I wanted to mention today is that this was posted by Grass yesterday. You can receive a 1.25x multiplier on your Grass points if you actually download and use their new version of the app. They say they're expecting a massive influx of new users to Grass for some reason, and they're trying to prepare for that and offering a points boost for people if you want to actually explore this. So that is it for today's airdrop alpha. Lots of stuff in there, token claims and things to do today to qualify for future claims. Hopefully you found this useful as always, and I will continue to bring you this alpha as long as there are opportunities to be had. Thanks for watching and have a great day.